Hello everyone. I'm going to read from Ribhu Gita, chapter number 18. It's called Meditation on the Undivided Nature. And I will start reading from the verse number 36. I have been reading from the start of this chapter, and every satsang, I read about 5 to 6 verse. And today also I will read 6 verse from chapter number 36 to 42. If you don't know, this book is a discourse not between, from the teacher Ribhu to his student Nidaga. Yeah, and this is about Advaita Siddhanta. Advaita Siddhanta means the principle of non-duality, and where Ribhu advises or gives discourse to his student Nidaga on this treatise. Okay, let's begin. Verse number 36. There is nothing such as the body or the five elements that are its base. No senses, no intellect, no thought, no mind, no egoity, no bondage, no liberation, no Lord, the liberator, no individual to be liberated, nothing at all. All is the nondual Brahma, and that am I. Thus, unwaveringly meditate every day. So he is saying there is nothing besides the Brahma. Whatever we see is the Brahma. And meditate thus to be free, to realize the Brahma. Next verse 37. There is not an atom apart from the Supreme Brahman of the nature of knowledge. All as all that has arisen from the Supreme Brahman of the nature of knowledge. He is saying nature of knowledge because Brahma is the ultimate nature of knowledge. There is nothing except Brahma to know. When you know Brahma, there is nothing else to know. So it is the most fundamental nature of knowledge. I will begin to read this verse again. There is not an atom apart from the Supreme Brahma of the nature of knowledge. As all that has arisen from the Supreme Brahman of the nature of knowledge, each of the nature of knowledge. I indeed am this Supreme Brahman. Thus, steadfastly meditate upon yourself as the Absolute of the nature of knowledge until all differences are utterly eliminated. So, meditate thus as the nature or the most fundamental nature of knowledge until everything else dissolves into this, is eliminated or assimilated into this. Next verse 38. Casting afar the idea of all, undermining all is Brahman, and by the conviction that Brahma indeed is myself, and I indeed am Brahma, and thus destroying all the illusory idea of difference, and subsequently casting afar even that conviction, be firmly, changelessly established in your own pure self, as our own pure self is what is Brahma. Next verse 39. Casting out even the thought of being changelessly established. First we begin with this thought, and then even casting aside that thought of being Brahma, going even beyond remaining as your own self and becoming of the exclusive nature that is beyond the reach of mind and words. Son, attain the natural state. There is nothing more to be taught here. This is indeed what the Supreme Shiva revealed to me earlier as being established in one's own nature. But there is nothing except this knowledge that your own essence, your own self is what you are seeking for. There is nothing more to know. That's what he is indicating here. Next verse 48. Casting aside all ideas of difference, even an atom thereof, being actionless in the self, which is the differenceless absolute, without a thought, and being immersed in bliss, is the establishment in one's own nature. This state of abidance is referred to here and there as Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which can be interpreted as the Nirvikalpa Samadhi can be interpreted as differenceless, otherless, unchanging, doubtless absorption. What has been described is, as mentioned here and there, the immediate awareness of the undivided Supreme Presence, boundless being. This is what is the Nirvikalpa Samadhi is. I will read this verse again. Casting aside all ideas of difference, even an atom thereof. There is not an atom which is separate from this Brahma. Being actionless in the self, which is the differenceless absolute. As you are established in the self, you are everything. There is nothing there to be acted upon. So being actionless in that state, without a thought, and being immersed in bliss, is the establishment in one's own nature. This state of abidance is referred to here and there as Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa, as I interpret it personally, Vikalpa means options. There are other options. Nirvikalpa means there are no other options. You are the one, the self, the Brahma. So as Nirvikalpa Samadhi, as the self into the self Samadhi, or this self-centered into the self itself. Okay, whatever. What has been described is, as mentioned here and there, the immediate awareness of the undivided Supreme Presence, boundless being. Next verse 41. This is the steadfast abidance referred to here and there as the power of liberation while yet alive. This is the elevated abidance in peace. The fit foundation for this is the four requisites for realization. Only for those who are in consonance or in resonance with this abidance Will the fear of repeated rebirth die out? The great fear of worldly birth and death will never disappear by resorting to anything else. So once established in this state, what has been referred to in many places in different texts as Nirvikalpa Samadhi, finally the fear of repeated rebirth. We take birth again and again to satisfy our desire or our karma. So once we are established in our inner bliss, in our own true nature, then we don't need to take rebirth again for we don't need any bliss outside of us. We realize the bliss within us and we don't seek it outside. So when we don't seek it outside, there is no need to take birth anymore. Okay, thank you so much for listening. That was my personal interpretation. Okay, see you next week. Bye.